All right, guys, so today's training session, me and Alex, we're gonna hit some lats, upper back, and biceps today. The entire focus today is a short lengthen, pairing, overloading the extreme ends, and manipulating tempo to do so. So the first thing we're gonna start with today is lats. So we're gonna do a dual cable lat pullover. And I actually like this setup better than a rope because it gives you that converging pattern of drawing the upper arm into the torso, which is the function of the lats. Like when you're biasing the lats, you have to drive the elbow in towards the side, because remember, the lats attach from the humerus back to the mid part of the thoracolumbar fascia. So if you can get a machine, that's the setup, right? So directing that arm path into the torso, less thought process. You're automatically gonna be in that path to fully shorten the lats. So we're gonna spend 2 seconds in the contracted position here. Then we're gonna go to the lat pull down and do an overloaded lengthen there and do 10 to 12 reps with a slight pause in the top position.
Work it, make it, do it, makes sense. Harder, better, faster, stronger. More than power, power, never. Ever, after, work is over. Harder, better, faster, stronger. Work it harder, make it better, do it faster, makes us stronger. More than ever, hour after hour, work is never over. Work it harder, make it better, do it faster, makes us stronger. More than ever, hour after hour, work is never over. Work it harder, make it better, do it faster, makes us stronger. More than ever, hour after hour, work is never over. Work it harder, make it better, do it faster, makes us stronger. More than ever, hour after hour, work is never over. Work it harder, make it better, do it faster, makes us stronger. Work it never over. Work it harder, make it better, do it faster, makes us stronger. More than ever, hour after hour, work is never over. Work it, make it, do it, makes us harder, better, faster, stronger. Harder, better, faster, stronger. Work it harder, make it better, do it faster, makes us stronger. More than ever, hour after hour, work is never over. Work it harder, make it better, do it faster, makes us stronger. More than ever, hour after hour, work is never over. Work it harder, make it better, do it faster, makes us stronger. More than ever, hour after hour, work is never over. Work it harder, make it better, do it faster, makes us stronger. More than ever, hour after hour, work is never over. Work it harder, make it better, do it faster, makes us stronger. Work it never over. Work it harder, make it better, do it faster, makes us stronger. More than ever, hour after hour, work is never over.
So one thing you guys can look at is from an execution standpoint for your lats, because I talk about like lats versus upper back. So you can see Alex here, his setup, and you can see his arm path is in front of his torso. It's away from his body, right? And most people, when they're doing a pull down machine, they're completely upright and they're doing more of this retraction based movement, which is upper back. So this lines up nice and perfectly as the lat pulls away from the torso slightly, and he's driving his arms down and into his torso, not behind the torso, into the torso to bias those lats. So another thing too, guys, torso positioning. Obviously he's got to lean back, so he's got to really brace at the core really hard to make sure there's no spinal extension at the lower back, because you don't want to extend to work. So if you have a partner, what you can do is I can give him a chest support. And he's basically pushing into my hand like you do a chest support rope. And it enables him to be able to create a lot more output through the lats and not have to worry about stabilizing his torso. He can just work. These are little hacks that can help along the way, if you have a training partner, obviously. All right, one more. Glad I had a bagel this morning. I've only eaten twice today, and it's 5 o'clock. And then I forget my intra workout shake, man. I'm losing my muscle as we speak. Not. Yeah, all right. Yeah. I will not sacrifice my muscle for anything.
Get on the floor! Whoa, I'm the party starter. You might have a good time, but we party harder. So tell the DJ to play my song and we can dance all night to the early morning. Oh, I'm the party starter. You might have a good time, but we party harder. So tell the DJ to play my song and we can dance all night to the early morning. Dance, an aphrodisiac, women gyrating, simulating sensual acts to stimulating musical tracks. I thought I was just gonna come out tonight and get a brew and relax, but no, when you the party starter, it's like you won't call, you what the doctor ordered. It's like you gotta block the border to the door and shock them when it's boring. Get on the floor. It's the groove, a side bomber. Might get my vest tight, strapped to my chest like I'ma run up in the party, holler and be like, oh, fulfilling my calling. Big Will, that's my name. Writing rhymes, that's my game. Ask me again and I'll tell you the same.
All right, guys, so a lot of people complain about not having a attachment on the cable that isn't shoulder width and neutral grip. You can makeshift your own. It's just got D handles here wrapped around a bar, and you can do an easy curl bar or whatever bar has just a curve in it, so the handles can just kind of sit in there. So any gym you can make a neutral grip shoulder width bar to perform your lat-based movements from. You don't have to have a mag grip. You don't have to have the short bar or anything. So FYI clients, if this is programmed, you can do this. Shit. Hopefully that weight stack will be heavy enough. All right, so what we're going here, guys, is another short length focus. So wide grip pull downs. Mainly going to hit the teres, rear delts, a little bit of the rhomboids, and then straight into a pull apart high pulley row. So the pull apart, the prime handles are set towards the middle, so it's pulling inward. So that's going to overload that lengthened position of the rhomboids, mid-trap teres. And you could also do this. If you don't have this, you could use a rope, a longer rope, to do the same pull apart motion. But it's a pull apart row. It's not a face pull. Two different things. You can see his elbows are tracking slightly under the shoulder to allow more movement at the humerus, so he's not jamming his shoulder joint.
When I call my pen, the big question, should I run the mind a little, food for thought, or dumb the rhyme a little? But will, if When I be thugging till I die, till I die, till I die. Call the club in the back, I'm smoking bud in the back. I'm waiting for niggas to trip, cause bitch I love and scrap. I went from rocks to Z's, writing raps and movies. I went from trusting these chicks, now they all wanna sue me. So call the club in the back, I'm smoking bud in the back. I'm waiting for niggas to trip, cause bitch I love and scrap. I went from rocks to Z's, writing raps and movies. I went from trusting these chicks, now they all wanna sue me. So fuck them all.
In the place, everybody getting rainy. Punks better cuff your lady, can't nobody tame me. Blame me for keeping a running yard raining. Ladies used to hate me, now they coming up, they pay me.
Yeah, one more set's gonna be enough for me. I'm right there. I know exactly what I had. I had 50 grams of protein. I had a bagel from Starbucks. That's 50 grams of carbs. So that's 400 calories. And then 100 grams of carbs, cream of rice, 400. That's 800 calories. I'd say about 8 ounces of protein from that, which is going to be 60. That's 3, 8, 9, 10, 1,200 calories.
Yeah. So really fueling this.
1,200 calories, going strong. That's all right. We'll make up for it tonight.
Writing raps and movies, I went from trusting these chicks. Now they all wanna sue me, so fuck them all in the back. I'm smoking bud in the back. I'm waiting for niggas to trip, cause bitch I love and scrap. I went from rocks to Z's, writing raps and movies. I went from trusting these chicks. Now they all wanna sue me, so fuck them all. Bags with enemies cut up so they remember me. Soak them in Hennessy so they relatives know it's me. You can bet your last dollar I'll dick them and holler. Riding these hoochies like they some heavy ass Chevy and Impala. Jump up and get your ass shot up. From a profit, pick my Glock up. I'm busting with such efficiency. Popping, nobody got a holler. Outlaw riders, mash up on the gas pedal. Vacate the scene, count the cash, and stash the precious metal. True to the game, I claim. Outlaw riders who give a fuck what they try.
Cause young over behind it, can you picture me sticking niggas, but ain't watching change. Kick back, little nigga, and watch the game.
When I be thugging till I die. When I be thugging till I die. When I be thugging till I never faded. Now that we made it, my adversaries just play a hater.
This is a large. Lulu is made for small men, okay? I'm in between a large and small man. I'm in the medium area of men's sizing of humans. So Lulu is very friendly to me to look jacked. It's all an illusion. Clothing.
Shout out to Lulu.
All right, so this last pairing that we're gonna do for the workouts for biceps, and we're gonna overload the short position again into the lengthened position. So with the short, we're lucky enough to have the Prime Fitness here at Katie Hearn's gym. And you can see this torque arm. This changes where it's harder, or I should say more overloaded, whether it's the top position, bottom position, mid-range, or wherever. So we're wanting to focus on the short position, so I'm gonna put it on the number 2 setting. So it's gonna be heaviest at the top. Now, you see me talk about, you know, fixed arm positions using fixed bars and stuff, that doesn't line up well for most people like me. My arm path is like literally, this is me naturally hanging, that's my natural arm path, or carrying angle, okay? So do you think with this machine at the bottom that I'm going to be able to look like this, right? I can, so if I was to actually do the entire range of motion on this machine, it fixes me here, and as I come down, my shoulders would internally rotate, and I'm almost in a neutral grip to get down, right? There's no way I can externally rotate. I don't have the mobility. So the way we kind of hack this, because we are pairing it also with the lengthened position of the incline curl, is I'm only going to come down half to 3/4 the way at most, around half, so I can stay in my active range here without having to compromise joint integrity, okay? Then when we go over to the incline cable curl, I'll finish off the rest of the fibers doing that in the lengthened position, okay? So you can make things work with your body and your own personal structure if you just kind of understand these resistance profiles and how to manipulate things to cover basically the entire contractile range.
Do it, do it, do it, don't drop it. Do a step back, put your
see here, guys, that I'm using the incline bench. This is gonna help me create a more stable environment so I don't have to worry about supporting my torso. My arms, I'm in slight shoulder extension, which is lengthening the bicep. So now I'm loaded here and finishing off the entire range.
Hit the club, we've been mobbing all day, drinking on some Rossi, John on Patrol, VIP stats, strapped with my crawl, look around the club, what do I say? Everybody rocking side to side to the beat, snapping 9 fingers, bouncing to the groove, all by themselves, that's the new move. Where I'm from, you like to go dumb, I'm smoking up the gang, I'm seeing how it's done. I ain't shorty what they call it, she said the blue pounds, straight from Bankhead. I said you're good at it, good what you do, good you and your crew. They even got players and thugs going into it. The more that I drink, the more it's with the smooth. It's nothing to a boss, I can do the shit too. Brand new tune, pull out the old school, I'm feeling real cool. Yeah, I'm from the A, so I'm leaning.